Hey friends, I'm Stacy, and today we are going to be building or putting together a portable tool shed.
Let me show you the platform we're going to use for this portable tool shed. We're going to use a 6x10 cargo trailer. It's a 6x10 drop Vinos with the blackout package. It's got a very large RV style door. So we ordered a fairly basic package. We got two 15x30 horizontal windows. We got the barn doors on the rear. We got the larger RV door on the side. I ordered the electrical package with it, but I did not have them install it. I just had them give me the parts, because the parts are a lot harder to procure once you're not in the trailer market than they are for those folks. So I got the package, I just did not have them put it in yet.
Now you would expect that when we're going to do a tool shop or a portable tool shed that we would have the ramp. That is something that you typically actually see with a lot of cargo trailers. However, we specifically went with the barn doors because eventually we're going to be doing another cargo camper build with this particular unit.
You can see there's plenty of room in here, and that's one of the reasons why we got one this big. Also, you can see that I'm 6 foot even and I can clear the top up pretty good. So there's plenty of space for what we needed to do. So we recently sold our house, so I didn't have anywhere to store my tools. So my tools have been stored here at my daughter's house. So let me show you where I've got them stored. So I've currently got a lot of my tools in my tool chests that are here, and then I've got different tubs that are labeled with some of my stuff in here. We've got some new projects coming up, some really cool stuff, so I'm gonna need to have my tools mobile so I can do some different things.
So we're super thankful for this space and that we have this available to us, which has been so nice, but very excited about putting together a portable tool shop. So our first step is to take some measurements and kind of get a general idea of where we want to put things, because we're actually going to have to just kind of go to the store, play this by ear, and see what's available. So we visited Harbor Freight, Home Depot, did a lot of walking around, checked out stuff on Amazon, and we think we have most of what we need, probably more than what we need to put together a pretty cool portable storage. But first, what we've got to do is we've got to hook up the truck to the cargo trailer because we have not installed the stabilizer jacks yet, and it wouldn't be safe for us to be working in there without those stabilizer jacks. So we're going to get that hooked up. Well, all projects are halted for today because we have a lock on the trailer on the hitch and Kevin has lost the keys. To me, this can be the most frustrating part of a project, is when you can't find things or things don't go as they're supposed to and it delays everything. But this too shall pass. We'll get her done. We're back.
And guess what we got?
So now it's time to get this thing finished. We got to start pretty much, but start and finish. Yes. So the first thing we're gonna do is put on these telescoping stabilizing jacks because we don't want the trailer to flip, move in any way, so we've got to secure the trailer. But the cool thing that I think is cool, I don't know if Kevin thinks this is cool, but these, we'll have a link for all of our products in the description, as well as you can go to our website at www.befreebenson.com. But the cool thing is that we ordered these and it comes with 4 of the jacks. It has a level in here. It has a tool of some sort and all of the screws and everything too. So it comes with everything you need to install, even the level.
So one of the first things you want to do is you want to figure out, once you have your jack extended, where you want it. Now, I've done this before, so I pretty much know where I want everything except for the one that might be by the door. Okay, here's why. I'm going to put a step underneath that door. This may come in contact with that. On my last one, I actually ended up mounting it this way rather than this way. But when I did, I actually had it welded in place where I'm screwing, so I might not have enough to screw it into. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a quick measurement off of the stair step that I put in on my other camper, measure it up under here, make sure that this is not going to be basically causing a ruckus with that. All right, so I've measured this to make sure that it won't interfere with my step that I'm eventually going to put in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold this in place the way it's going to go, and then I'm going to come up through and I'm going to mark my areas that I need to drill, to pre-drill for the hardware with a silver Sharpie, because it shows up a little bit better. So to begin drilling and drill it out initially, I'm actually going to use a self-tapping sheet metal screw to get it going. And then what I'm going to try to do is use my little impact wrench or my big one to get the factory screw in once I have a hole drilled. We'll see if it's big enough. I may need to make it a little bit bigger than this. Okay, well apparently I've been using self-tapping sheet metal screws so long that they go through metal easier. The ones I had were too small. I needed a little bit bigger, so I was trying to drill it out. Good Lord, I'm about completely worn out. I've gone through a couple drill bits and just to get 2 holes in. So I've got those 2 holes in, so I'm going to mount my first one, which, because I don't want the holes too big, I still want it to grab for their screw that they call it self-tapping, but it's not really self-tapping. It'll just go into a little bit smaller hole and make its way in. However, to do that, I have to use an impact wrench to get that to tap in there, which I planned on doing anyway. But it is certainly not as easy getting these in as it was when last time I did it. So we got our first stabilizer jack in place and it's well secured. We're going to actually go through and do the exact same thing that we did on the first one all the way around. All right, so we got all the stabilizers in. Now you can use that tool that's in there to tighten them real tight. I usually don't, because it usually just going down to the ground on its own, locking in, is enough. If it's in between gears, I'll do it.
So we already have several tool chests that we already owned. We also purchased an additional tool chest that has a bench on the top of it. So we're gonna need to get those put together so that we have all of our tool chests and shelves and everything ready to go. So then we can start putting that puzzle piece together and making the portable tool shop inside. It's very cold today. So here's the new workbench, that toolbox that also has a top on it. So the next thing that we purchased are some ramps to go on the back of the cargo of our portable tool shed, because we have to roll things in and out of there, and we didn't get that drop down back. We have the barn doors instead because of the fact that we want to make a cargo camper eventually. So the next thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna take these ramps and get these ramps set up so we can start doing some configuring. We have a ramp, and that's why you have a chain.
All right, so we used the ramp to roll the big chest up here, but I need to put my E-track in across this. I've got a 5-foot piece. The reason I'm going with a 5-foot piece is I need it anchored in multiple places because that tool chest is super, super heavy.
And you see what I wouldn't recommend when doing a project.
Drill, let me grab that drill. All right, so I've got some E-track connectors, and these are pretty cool. They just go in like, you just pull this little flap, this little metal part up. You open that up, so it goes up in there, and then you push it back down, and it locks in. I'm gonna do the same thing over here.
We are going to finish getting all of the big stuff in place and get it secured down so when we're traveling it doesn't move.
To secure the bottom of the big toolkit, I want to have some 2x4s on the floor. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut some 23 5/8 from the wall out. Little angle brackets just to screw them in to hold that in there. Even though I've got the top secure, I don't want the bottom shifting. So that's just going to give me some added support to keep things from rolling around and moving around. Bought some of these E-track cargo straps, so we're going to try and use them for some extension cords. And they hook in just like the normal E-track stuff does. And then this is one of my heavier cords. I've already got a cuff on it, but I want to see if it's going to be strong enough and big enough to hold something this size. That seems pretty good. And then looks like what you can do is when you take it out of the E-track, you can actually carry it like that. So that's pretty good. So I won't need that cuff anymore.
All right, today we are officially going to finish this project because it has taken us so much longer than we thought it was going to take. But we had to order some more things to secure the big items to the wall and the floor and all that. And as we've gone along, we found the things that we were going to have to make sure we needed. And of course, we'll put those things in the description, a link in the description. So maybe if you do a project like this, you won't have to stop so many times. But we are going to get it done today. So right now, we are going to work on securing the rest of the large items. So we purchased some more E-track because E-track makes it really a lot easier to secure everything and gives you some flexibility. So we've put E-track on one side, but now we're going to put some E-track on this side over here so that we have a couple of strips over here to be able to secure all of the air compressor. We purchased a spare tire mount that goes in the E-track, so we're going to put that up and really get this side taken care of. So let's get this E-track up.
3. When you're putting up the E-track, you want to make sure that your holes line up with your studs. Luckily, we can see where the stud is up above this, so I'm trying to get it centered as much as possible.
So because the tire is going to go on this piece of E-track, we want to make sure that we use a full E-track for where the tire is going to be, because that gives it more strength, because the tire is a bit heavier and we just want to make sure it stays well.
For the spare tire, we actually have these mounts. All right, so we're going to put the spare tire on this. I don't know if I can use one or two. We're going to see how the spacing on the E-track works for this and the spacing on the holes in the tire, but I'm definitely going to get it on one to begin with and then put my little handy dandy wing nut on it. So first thing we're going to do is get this mounted on there. So that's number 1. And I need to bring that screw in behind it. So see, what I'm trying to do here is get it as close to the wall. See how much room I have right here? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to screw this nut in a little more until it gets to where it just touches this and just kind of snugs on that, because we want it to be held tightly against the wall. Okay, and we still got a good bit of room to go on that. So yeah. It's a long way for the wing nut to go. Tire's in, and actually, I like this little contraption pretty good. Other than having to do the wing nuts for 47 miles to get them tight, I mean, this is a slick little unit right there. I really like it.
All right, so the next thing we're gonna do is secure the air compressor so that when we travel, it's not moving around.
So we've got these E-track little strap tie down things that go into the E-track, and then you can hook different things into them. So what we're gonna do is we are going to hook one on this side of the compressor, hook one on the other side of the compressor.
So we have these cables as well. They're like tie downs. They're about 21 inches, and they have these little hooks that go on either end. These are handy to have so that when you just need some extra support somewhere, we're able to hook this onto the bottom of the compressor and hook it into that E-track. Give it a little more stability.
I'm gonna melt the end of this strap where I cut it, just so it doesn't keep fraying. The idea on this one is that we'll put a couple of little hooks on the floor, a little bit ahead of center, come up over top through the holes on the table saw, across the miter saw, and down back to the floor, so it'll hold all the components in. in places where you don't need a big long piece of E-track, they have these small pieces. This would be somewhere that doesn't need to hold quite as much weight, because one of the benefits of E-track is it's mounted in multiple places along the wall, so it's got more security. But what we're going to do is we're actually going to mount this plate right back here, and then I'm going to use this handy dandy strap that's for extension cords to actually just wrap around this handle and give me just a little additional support in case I was to slam on the brakes or something and wanted to lunge forward. We got a little extra support. I'm not using any kind of special screws. I'm just using whatever screws I have left over. In this case, I'm using actually some metal roofing screws just because I have them laying around. And in this particular instance, the only thing holding this is just thin plywood. So I'm going to use 6 screws to hold it on, and then it doesn't really have to hold that much, but I just want it to not pull out easy. Okay, so this mounts in just like any other piece of E-track, and then what I've got is this Velcro stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up through that and get it on straight. All right, so what I decided to do on this side, because there's no lower handle or anything for me to strap something to, I'm going to still put another strap right here to hold the top. But to hold the bottom from coming out, I actually took one of my floor brackets and screwed it in there, so now I can actually pop it on and off, which is pretty slick. I'll probably do that on the other side as well.
So when this tool chest is open, you can see up top, it has the tendency to hit up top. We got some pipe insulation, and we're just gonna put it right up here to just make it so that it doesn't cause a problem. So now that creates a nice little cushion, so that if you open this up without thinking, it just hits it and no problems.
On the front, the L brackets will actually rub on this, whereas on the side there's a lip that keeps them from, we want to keep it from sliding. But so what I did is I took a rubber tie-down strap and just cut it in pieces and put behind it to give it a little bit of additional cushion so it won't cause, the paint to rub off. I'm just putting them all the way around it, so just by the force of that, that'll hold in the bottom, and then we'll secure the top.
Now we've got several of these cool ETR gadgets that we can organize and put everything on the walls and that kind of thing. But in order to do that, we're gonna have to go around and strategically place some of those smaller ETR plates so that we have places that we can hang various things. So now we're gonna put up some of these nifty little E-track things we got. So one of the things I'm real excited about, because I love organization, is this it's a tool hanger that you put in the E-track. And this nifty tool storage E-track thing also comes with single E-track. So if you don't have E-track, you can actually just screw this up. There, look at that. And you can hang your stuff in here. So one thing that we don't have in here is electricity yet. So we needed some light because, this is a portable tool shop. So that means like when we go out to our property, we're gonna be taking this out there. There's no electricity out there. We do bring a generator, but we need some lights in here. So we got these nifty little lights that we can just stick in here just to give us a little bit of light. And this one is even a magnet one and provides a good amount of light too.
So the next piece we have is something that can clip on your shovels or on your tools, and it's designed to hold them into the E-track as well. Depending on the width of your tool, you can actually pop these things on pretty easily, slide it up to the area where it's going to hold it, and then pop it into the E-track, which we're going to try on this one right. That one might be, that'll work. So, and that will hold it like that.
Rain or shine, we were finishing this project today, and it looks like it's going to be a little more rain than shine, but we have it finished and it looks great. It's super organized, which makes me super excited, and we got all these gadgets, so check it out. We've got this section nice and secure. You can do a little work. There's enough room in here too that you can actually walk through. You could do some work right here. You can get all the drawers out for all of the different tools and things, and he's got them nice and organized in here. It looks so good. We can lift up the top and it doesn't bang up the top of the tool shed. Back here we've got some of our cords hanging. We've got the spare tire. We've got the compressor. The saw is back here ready to go. Obviously we would take it out when we use it. We've got our shovel and all of our lawn equipment in here. So we are ready to take this baby out to the property and get some work done. So portable tool shed, in my opinion, success.
Some of the greatest words that can ever come out of the mouth of your wife is, let's buy a trailer and turn it into your tool shed and get you some more stuff to keep your tools in. I mean, who's going to ever argue with that? So I am super pumped. This looks great.
For more videos like this, you can go to our channel and click on any one of our playlists. You can see we've done the cargo camper with the rescue wagon. We've done the adventure pod, which is a little bit bigger. And now we have the portable tool shed.
As always, we'll have the products we used in the description below. And you can also check out our website at www.befreebenson.com for more information, cool things. You can check that out as well.
As always, remember, doing things yourself saves you money and allows you to be free. See you in the next video.